Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to what I believe will be the final episode of Freight Forwarding Factorio 2. 89 wonderful episodes with you, my wonderful viewers. And this dance floor, look, it's about the best thing I've ever built. I'm very happy with it. I don't think the circuitry was optimal, but definitely is awesome. So, we're gonna plug this thing in to power and hope it works, and we'll go from there. These aren't quite all running at full speed, but I think we'll be okay. We have what claims to be 23 gigawatts. This can use up to 60. But there we go, we're building up. We're using it all. Now, hopefully... Okay, good. It somehow... Oh, it's an accumulator. Okay. That's why it's working. Because I was confused for a second why it wasn't, like, making my power not enough. So it's just soaking up all the extra power that we have. We're already at 2%. Oh, yeah, you're right. Let me add a windmill real quick. Very important windmill. Put it right next to it. Also, to whoever said they weren't 3x3, read them and weep. They are 3x3. I'm doing my part! Yeah, so we've got beautiful sound of fusion reactors, all running at 100%. Hopefully I have enough DT fuel cells to keep this going, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. Let's go check on our fuel supply. I guess I should have looked at that before I plugged it in. But it looks like we have a lot. I've got 1,500 ready to go, plus all the ones that are already in there. I needed 3,000 total. Hopefully that's enough. These are requesting 50 each. I have 14 of them. So 14 times 50 is 700. So that's 2,200. So I think we're gonna be okay. As long as we can create 800 more. Ugh, might be a little tight. Can I help it out a little bit? What's the slowdown currently? Well, the slowdown is actually not having enough provider chests. I can fix that easily enough. And then the slowdown is the empties. Looks like we have a decent amount of heavy water stored up in all the pipes for now. Well, I hope we'll be fine. We'll find out. If we have to redo it, we have to redo it. 10%. Yeah, there's not much more I can do at this point. I guess I could increase the production on empties a little bit. By doing this. So that'll help. Because that's only 0.4 a second, so that'll double it up. Double or nothing. I mean, I'm guessing we're gonna run out of heavy water, but in the event that we don't, add a couple more of these. Do I have a big beacon somewhere? No? I can't fit a big beacon in here without breaking everything else. 20 gigawatts of wind. How much would that be? 20 gigawatts of wind. So each one of these makes 20 kilowatts. So it would be 1 million wind turbines. Exactly 1,000 by 1,000 wind turbines, which would be 3,000 by 3,000 in terms of tiles. That's a lot. 3,000 tiles is... Cannot compute. This is not even... So it goes from this corner to... Where did I start it? I started it over here. So from here to... Was it here? Yeah. From there to there is still not even the amount of wind turbines it would be. If that was 100% wind turbines. Oh, that's a lot of wind turbines, y'all. Okay, we're at 20%. Still holding steady. Let me delete that. DT fuel cells. Still at 1,400. As long as I still have 1,400 when we're at 50%, then I'm good to go. It would probably be good for UPS, assuming they use the same underlying function as solar power. Okay, now we're full again. Oh, these weren't max amounts. Stitches, we are about to win. You got here just in time. And we made a dance floor because we had some time to kill waiting for the research. So we can have a party. And yeah, I mean, let's do a quick look back on the series. So we started out on the humble Cridania Island with an iron patch and a copper patch and all the basics. We had to fight a few biters to achieve conquering our own island, but there weren't too many. We did have to get to lead to be able to get rifle magazines for the gun turrets. That was a bit of an issue. That balance bit has been changed. Now the basic rifle magazines do not require lead. And then we played normal Factorio for a while, worked on red science and green science, yada yada yada, and eventually got boats unlocked. And the first island we discovered was Icy Island over here. And at that point, we realized it was covered in biters and we weren't going to be able to get there for a long time. But it had delicious resources like titanium and uranium, which we've already drained. Pretty sure the titanium patch over here is all gone. The uranium patch up here is technically not all gone, but basically all gone. So yeah, we had to establish a beachhead. But to do that, first we had to do a lot of researches. So we spent a while staying on this island. We made a wall of trees to help against the pollution, but it has been defeated at this point. And the pollution has spread to pretty much the entire map. You can see it's only being held back by large amounts of biters on islands, and it's squishing in between islands. Planes do make the boats obsolete, especially cargo planes with the mod that lets you create patrol routes for them and stuff. So if you really want to use boats, don't get planes. The military planes, though, might be fine, because they're good for killing stuff. And then we did researches, got cool lasers. We started our base over here. You can even see some of the defenses are still here. And we were trying to make enough power with coal power to power the laser turrets. So that was a bit stressful, yes. And eventually we expanded using the tank, mostly, out to here. We had a diagonal wall of lasers and laser turrets. Eventually we got roboports. I think that was only once we had drones available. Drones were a big upgrade to be able to transfer things to the island without having to put them on a boat. And then from there, we slowly did more research because now we had titanium, we had rare metals, and we had mineral water, though we didn't need that yet. And that was helpful. We used gas power at one point to power most things because we had plenty of oil. We eventually started plopping down some trains and the boats. We designed the system to not overload the boats, which was a little complicated. Had to containerize everything and then put it on boats and then decontainerize at the other end. And then we put all the decontainerized stuff onto the belt. And that was pretty much it. At that point, we just had to expand further, kill more biters. We used the little Spidertron army, or Spiderling army. We never built a real Spidertron. So we used them to kill everything. And that was pretty great. They did a good job clearing all of this land, which was not an easy task. And at that point, I had to do more rail expansion to get more iron, lead, copper, stone, our first uranium, more rare metals, and eventually more titanium, though that still wasn't enough titanium to beat the game because it just mines so slow. What I really need is one of these tier 2 speed beacons. That would help a lot. And then, yeah, I did crush a lot of things and have received plenty of YouTube comments about it, and I don't care. So that was that. Oh, I did need a little bit of fusion power too. I forgot to mention that to run all of this. I think that was something else I did in between streams. Any tech or logistics I regret not doing, such as LTN boats? I think maybe a little bit on the receiving end, LTN boats would have been nice. I didn't need a different harbor for receiving. So LTN boats might have been nice, but at the end of the day, it wasn't too many ports that I had to do. What was it? 11. So that's not crazy anymore, and it would have gotten pretty annoying. I had to dodge my copper mine over here. Okay, we're at 46%. DT fuel cells are still at 1500. I think we're gonna be okay, because that's enough for 29 terajoules. So as long as I make 100 more DT fuel cells in the next however many minutes, we will have enough power. Aylor, I'm glad you were here to make one last comment about LTN trains. It's good. It's good stuff. That's proper comedic timing right there. Yeah, so that is the end of LTN, or the end of LTN. No, we will be using LTN in Pynodons, and we will need it, and you can argue with me all day, but you're gonna be wrong. LTN definitely will need, or Pynodons will definitely need LTN. What I meant to say is this is the end of freight forwarding. Pretty exciting. I liked it. I'm glad I tried it. It was definitely worth it. There are some things I didn't love, but you know, that's pretty much all mod packs. I would rate it a 8 out of 10, would play again. I don't know if I would do a 20 times science multiplier because the last bit has been kind of annoying. But at the same time, if you rush towards matter and your goal is to make a base that's subsisting on matter, then these last few researches wouldn't have been too bad. Yeah, it's been pretty great. And next we will be activating this once it's at 100%. And then back to Pynodons. It's gonna be crazy. For those who haven't been watching the Pynodon series, we only did about 30-something episodes. Pynodon Season 2, if you search it up on YouTube, make sure you find Season 2, because there was an older Pynodons. And that one is not the current version. That was before alternative energy existed, and a long time ago. So, what? I don't know what you're saying, Aylor. But all that to say, so season 2, we got... what did we get to? We got circuits. That was not all that bad. It took a while. There was a lot of ash, an ash load of ash, as many would say. And then we got to the pink stuff. What was it called? I'm trying to remember what it was called. But we got... Come on. I'm waiting for someone to say it in the comments and no one's saving me. We got the pink stuff and we mined it and we turned it into some sort of ore that we had to process to get intermetallics. That's what it was. I think intermetallics were pretty close to what we needed. No, I'm trying to remember the name of the ore. Antimony, that's what it was. Thank you. We got antimony and intermetallics, and that was about where we left off. I think we were mining some, was it borax or nexolite? I don't remember. Bluish crystals. I can't remember if it was nexolite or not. Might have been. Whatever the dinosaurs mine. We got dinosaur mining going on. That was pretty dope. But yeah, Pynodons is really, really the hardest pack. P7, you're asking what it is. It's basically like Greg Tech. It's not. There's a lot of differences, but it's the closest thing you can compare it to. It's just, it's an absurd amount of, like, yeah. It's an absurd amount of recipes, an absurd amount of different buildings, an absurd amount of cost. Buildings cost a lot more than you're used to. Like, you need just a lot of things, and it just, the amount of time it takes to automate everything, and then as you get later in the game, the amount of time it takes to rebuild and improve your automation of previous things. One of the great things about the pack, though, is, yeah, the alien life bit of it is really a unique take. It uses kind of the idea of like reproduction. So like plants and animals have modules, and you put modules in the buildings that represent more of those things. So you have to like create the modules, which are the animals, to make more animals or the animal products and stuff like that. So that's a pretty cool vibe. A bit similar to what Angels started doing with the biter reproduction and the puffer reproduction, but way more complicated. And Pi did it first, as far as I know, at least that type of thing. What else? The alternative energy added a lot more stuff. I know they're working on a space mod for Pynodons, but that's probably still a ways away. I think they said they wanted to release it before Space Age, but that would be impressive if they get it out that soon. But either way, we'll see how far I get. I'm not promising that I'm going to beat it, and if Space Age drops, you can bet that I'm dropping everything to play Factorio Space Age. So, if by any chance we're still playing Pynodons when that happens, we will stop playing Pynodons. What else do I need to talk about? I have a Patreon if you'd like to support me. The more Patreon support I get, the more time I'm able to devote to making videos, so that's always appreciated, but by no means required. I have a Twitch, as you can tell, people are commenting on the left. I don't know which way is left to the camera. This left? Left. Sorry, it's a delay for me to say. Yeah, it's that way. That's left. That's weird. Okay, anyway, so come hang out on Twitch. You can also join the Discord. We have a lot of fun over there. People talk about Minecraft. People play Minecraft servers together. People talk about modded Factorio. We talk about variant Sudoku. I actually very much enjoy variant Sudoku and have started making some recently. So there's all sorts of topics over there. And yeah, I mean, now we're at 75%. So just gotta kill a couple more minutes here. And yes, I have recorded a space exploration series. We did not get super far, and it was an old version of space exploration. Pretty outdated at this point because of the big 0.6 changes. And it was my first series I ever recorded. So if you want to see old Krydax before he had any idea what he was doing, go check out the space exploration one. And then Satisfactory 1.0 is coming out sometime later this year, which is very exciting. I'm actually looking forward to that. I love Satisfactory, and I think they've done a really good job of continuing to make the game better. And I'm excited to see what the full release looks like later this year. So that'll happen at some point. Am I planning on retrying space exploration? Probably not, at least not until Space Age and further updates to space exploration. It's kind of interesting. It's, in many ways, it is, I think, the most popular mod pack for Factorio that exists, but there are some balance and design elements to space exploration that myself and some other players don't love. I think Arendelle does an amazing job, and I have nothing bad to say. I do think Arendelle has some different design philosophies than I do, and some other people like me do. And so there seems to be some conflict sometimes in that department of like the way Arendelle designs things and his philosophies on how balance should work, how mods should work, how game design works. I think there are just some different directions that he takes that sometimes a certain subset of players, including myself, don't love. But that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with those decisions. That just means they're not ones that I like. But that doesn't make them wrong, right? People can have different opinions. And I'm very glad that Woob hired Arendelle, because Arendelle does amazing work and has a lot of amazing ideas. And a lot of his philosophies I do agree with, and they're amazing. And I think having the rest of the Woob team to you know, bounce ideas off of, I think we're getting the best of all the worlds by having him on the team. So I'm very excited about Space Age, because I think it takes some of the best of what space exploration had to offer, integrates it into the more core vanilla Factorio experience, and then I think we are going to get another update to space exploration after Space Age that's going to be like hyper Arendelle, which may or may not be what I love. We'll see. You know, how he balances it. We'll see if he listens to some of the, you know, constructive criticisms that a lot of people have about space exploration. Some of the more grindy parts and annoying parts he might trim down a little bit. Who knows? But yeah, 26.3 terajoules. We're almost there. DT fuel cells. We are running out. We're down to 478, but thankfully that is enough. And I'm guessing all the requester chests are still full, so we could still probably make another 10 or 15 terajoules. Yes, the windmill's been very helpful. That whole 20 kilowatts. Let's see, how much has it produced? We've been running this for like 15 minutes or so. What is 15 minutes? 15 times 60 times 20 kilowatts. That's only 18 megajoules, which is such a small percentage of what this bad boy needs. Seven. Yeah, I need a little party popper. Six. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate the Factorio art? Factorio art is just amazing. I think Pinodons and Factorio take a very different direction. I think in some ways Factorio is better because it's a cleaner, condensed, almost like video game look, and a really good sci-fi high-tech factory look. I think Pinodons nails the like realistic factory look really well, and Pinodons just has like 10 times more art, so there's that too. But I think Pinodons and Factorio win the art awards. Space exploration is good, very good. Arendelle, especially when you count like the planets and the terrain, awesome. But I think in terms of the buildings themselves, Crastorio and Pynodons win it for me. Ooh, 98%! And almost 99. Ooh, baby. All right, here we are. Final moments. It has been a joy. There it goes, it's ready. All right, need a screenshot, just again for the records. Let's look at our milestones real quick. All right, that's not quite right. We need to include the whole dance floor. There we go. Okay, milestones. Alt-M, Shift-M. Here we go. So, where have we been? So we got to Singularity tech cards before 100 hours, and then right now we are probably at about 110 hours. Killed a lot of biters. First one at 7 hours though? Oh, that's medium biter. Why don't they have small biter on here? That's lame. They should have small biter. But yeah, there you go. Let's do it. Here, let me mouse up. Oh, now it's not on the right. Never mind, that's not gonna work. All right, 3, 2, 1, activate. Whoa! Explosion! Ta-da! Woohoo! Oh, I forgot to install the better victory screen. Someone told me to do that. Dang it. 110 hours though. 110 hours. It was a good 110 hours. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun, didn't we? Good times, good times. Let me take a screenshot of that. Dance floor, shambles. Total shambles.
Estimated time required 268 years.
What? 268 years. What is it saying? Estimated time required for what? Oh, the wind turbine. Bruh. I'm actually curious. What I'm gonna do real quick is save it. And we're gonna try. Oh, I rescue. LOL. Did I get the mod and just forget to activate it? Apparently not. Sorry, String Weasel. We're gonna get it in there. Besides, we gotta get this episode to 30 minutes, so you know, we gotta have something to do here in the last few minutes. It's okay, 268 years would give me enough time to finally properly utilize boats to get cobalt from the dredging platforms. Or we could remake everything into matter from wood. And then we're basically playing C-block at that point, because everything's made from water. It will also be just enough time to beat Pynodons, yes. Okay, which autosave is the most recent? Probably this one? Yeah. Hello? There we go. Alright, well, we're gonna have to wait a minute again. Sorry. There are still boats running, which kind of impresses me. There's just something satisfying when, like, something you set up, you know, 50 hours ago is still working properly. I guess it's been the Immersite. I'm surprised that that's kept up. I haven't had to do anything else to get Immersite. Even with all of the late game stuff we needed, we never had to do another Immersite mine or another Immersite boat. Are we almost out, though? Is that, like, running out? No, it is not almost running out. We still have plenty. You didn't have repair packs in the main base. Yeah, the first time I played Factorio, I put that thing smack dab in the middle of my base, and I was like, oh god. Because I think I had, well, yeah, my very first playthrough I had biters turned off, but then my second playthrough was the one I did on YouTube for Factorio 2, and that one I had biters turned off, so I didn't have repair packs because I didn't need them. I actually didn't win the first time I played Factorio 2. I never got to this part. I got to Singularity Tech next though, which is kind of close enough. Alright. Well, we get another 3, 2, 1 countdown. Yeah, and then good old Pinodons will return. Probably tomorrow or Monday. For the Twitch people know what day it is. YouTube people, this is going to be probably already... I'm guessing I'll have already returned 2 Pinodons. So for YouTube, when you're watching this, the first Pinodons episode should come out the next day. That's the idea, at least. You know, I never made nuclear bombs. Never even researched them, I don't think. Did I? What are they called? Uranium, nuclear... Yeah, I don't think we ever made those. Once I had the flying fortresses of doom, I didn't really need them. Ah, time to hydrate. Alright, let's see if the better victory screen gives us some cool stats. Wow. I need to get a screenshot of just that. Didn't seem to have worked.
Dispatcher rescue starship. Estimated time required. 268 years.
I wonder if I needed to have it installed the whole time. Enable show victory screen command. Ah. Okay, let's do that. So, settings, mod. I could have just done that earlier instead of waiting again. That's what I get for not looking at the settings. The good news is we have these chill beats, which a lot of people have asked me, where do you get those chill beats in more or less words? And the answer is Low Wave Records on Spotify. Can recommend. Because all of their stuff is royalty free, which is awesome. Alright, so show victory screen. There we go. Okay, much more interesting. So, deaths, 0. That's not right. Maybe it had to have been active the whole time to catch that. 7,631 machines, 82 kilometers of transport belts. That's awesome. But what's even crazier is we have more pipe distance than rail distance. We have 37 kilometers of pipes. Only 23 trains, 40 train stations, 15 kilometers of waterway. Peak power production was, 29 gigawatts. 89 million ores mined. 331 million items produced. 5 million science pack consumed. Ha! 169. 100 containers created. Over 100,000 kills and about 50 square kilometers explored. That is a pretty cool victory screen. I like it. Sweet. Well, for those of you on YouTube, it's been a wild ride. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I will see you in the next series. Welcome to Pyanodons Season 2.